I think when we cross that point that we've created that's not of God, that Jesus isn't in, we say, I've given up myself. Well, here's the truth. I may give up on myself, but God never gives up on me. I may give up on myself, but God never gives up on me. I told you at the beginning about this conference that I went to, and Dan Allender gets up and he tells this story. And here's something that I've been realizing. I realized at the conference I've been working through is I've been holding myself responsible for things that I did when I was a 10-year-old boy, for things I did or things that were done to me, and I've not given any of that over to God. I've been holding myself responsible. Not only that, I've been holding myself responsible at an adult level for things I did while I was a kid. How messed up is that? Right? That's just true. It's a part of me. It's a part of where I've been. And the reason why the first part of our mission statement that so many people don't always get is help people discover their story is because it's so important. And hey, where'd you guys go? I thought we were having a good conversation. All just walked up and got out. That was funny. See, we make this thing about story, about real life, but that wasn't intentional, about things that happen. And see, we could all look back. I think we can all look back at a point where we made a decision that maybe looks a little bit like some things that Judas or maybe Peter or maybe somebody who doubted Jesus. See, here's the thing. I see Judas and I see Peter, and I see two guys with a lot of similarities. They've got a lot of similarities. They both lived 3 years with Jesus. They both walked with him. They were both boneheads. They both asked dumb questions. They both did things that Jesus was like, why don't you get this yet? They both saw him do miracles. They both loved on people. But there's one key difference. There's one key difference where they both messed up and they betrayed or denied Jesus in some way. There's one key difference because Peter says, I know that my Jesus will never give up on me and I can run to him even when I've messed up. And Judas says, there's no hope for me because I've drawn my own invisible line and there's no way Jesus would accept me back. That's the key difference that I see. And when I look at Judas, the tragic part of Judas's story isn't that he betrayed Jesus. Now, don't hear me wrong. I studied Judas's story all week long, and I was pissed off at Judas. I was mad because that's my Jesus that he betrayed, that he sold out. Literally, I was mad at him. But the tragic part of his story isn't that he said, isn't that he gave up Jesus. It's that he said, I can't go back to him because he couldn't possibly still love me. That's the tragic part of our story, of his story. I hope it's not a part of our story. And here's the truth. The hardest person to forgive is yourself. And we hold ourselves to this high standard. But here's the thing. Jesus never gives up on you. You may do this, you may do that, you may do whatever it is or however bad it is, however bad you think it is. You may have drawn your own line of no return. You say, there's no way possible that Jesus could forgive me or could come from my heart because I've done this. But it is not true. Our Jesus, our God, never gives up on you.